going on, guys? This is GT, I am the tie, bringing you another narrated Wi-Fi battle today. This is against Conndor97, and I have to apologize if my microphone starts cracking. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but if I gotta go buy a new one, I guess I gotta go buy a new one. I'm gonna keep on playing around with the settings, but Conndor97, cool guy, one of my earliest subscribers. I think he was sub number 7 back when I had single digits, so really cool. I think I got him into Wi-Fi battling, so he's crazy for UU. I was in the chat room. I always like playing around with this UU team because it's kind of fun to play around with, but I'm gonna lead off with my Mesprit. You're gonna lead off with the Primate. I have to expect it to be Scarf because it's in the lead spot, so I'm going to go into my Torterra, kind of expecting a U-turn. He does go for that U-turn. Really doesn't do all that much to Torterra because Broccoli is a beast, but he's going to go ahead and switch out into a Mismagius now, and now he can either substitute predicting my switch, go for a taunt predicting my Stealth Rocks, Nasty Plot predicting my switch, so I kind of feel like he's just not going to attack me the first turn, so I'm going to go for a Wood Hammer. He does go for a substitute, obviously a Nasty Plotter would have taken a lot of damage, and that's kind of what I was hoping he was running, but I have to expect the Shadow Ball at this point. He doesn't really have very good special defense necessarily, so I'm going to go into Milotic to take the Shadow Ball a lot better. This Milotic has a lot of special defense investment, so it's going to take that very nicely. Probably going to be about a 5 or a 6 hit KO, obviously, unless he gets some sort of special defense drop. But I'm going to go for the Confuse Ray, because I saw the Life Orb. I kind of figured he was going to be forced to switch based on the amount of damage he was doing, but he doesn't switch. He just goes for the Substitute again. Not that big of a deal in my mind, because I can just go for a Surf. I know I'm going to be able to take out that Substitute no matter what anyway, and I kind of feel like this is just a losing battle on his end. He's running Substitute, he's running Life Orb. Obviously, that's a kind of a lethal combination, going to wear down your life, but there's a whole method to his madness. He's going to go for a Pain Split, and that's really awesome. I think that's a Blame Truth set that I saw. Obviously, that's also the sub Pain Split Rotom set that's on Smogon, as well as that sub Pain Split Gengar that you see in OU. So really cool. But obviously, because he does have to pack that Pain Split, I can't recover here, even though I know he's going to put me down at kind of low health. I really don't want my Milotic to be that low, but I'm just going to go for a Surf. I am going to be able to take out the Mismagius. Obviously, he's threatening with a lot of physical attackers, special attacker, just a lot of offensive pokes in general right now, but he's going to go into a Sceptile. Because he's using so much offense, I kind of feel like I can't create a hole by losing my special wall, so I'm going to go ahead, go into Blaziken, predicting some sort of grass move. Hopefully it's not a Choice Spec Leaf Storm, but he goes for the Leaf Blade. Things could not have worked out better, but obviously I have to expect an Earthquake because he's probably a Swords Dance set. I'm going to go into Mesprit, and I'm going to go ahead, hit him with an Ice Beam, and I really thought that a modest max special attack Ice Beam would be able to KO a Sceptile, just because they don't have very good investments normally, but apparently he's able to live, which is really disappointing. He's able to get a Leaf Blade off on me, and if this Mesprit's sitting at full health, he can cause a lot of trouble, because I know he's going to be able to take a hit. Obviously that hurts his chances of being able to take a hit later in the game, but I'm going to finish him off with the Ice Beam now. He's going to go back into that Primate, and honestly he could be packing an Ice Punch or a Stone Edge, and I really don't want my Milotic to die, so I have to go into Mismagius just to scout for that secondary move, or he could just go for a U-turn. Obviously he might surrender the initiative to me if he does that. So I go into Mismagius, I see the Stone Edge, so obviously Broccoli is a safe switch. He does not have the Ice Punch in my mind then. He is locked into Stone Edge, and because it's doing such pitiful damage, this is a perfect chance for me to set up my Stealth Rocks now. But he's going to go ahead and switch into a Milotic on the free switch, and at this point I have to be fearing the Ice Beam from that Milotic, so I'm going to have to get the hell out of there. Now, I'm going to go back into my own Milotic. I'm going to go back into Lorraine, obviously, because I know that the Ice Beam's not going to be able to take me out. I know the Surf's not going to be able to take me out, and I know that Toxic isn't going to be able to KO me from where I am right now. So I'm just going to go for the Recover. He's going to try to hit me with a Surf, maybe hoping for a critical hit or something, but really barely scratches Milotic. I am able to get off this Recover, and obviously my Torterra and my Milotic we're sitting at really good health right now. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape to take his Onslaught, but he's going to go for the Toxic here. He's going to activate my Marvel Scale, which really is what that played in my mind. I'm not too worried about that. I don't want the Milotic sitting in all day anyway, but I'm just going to go Confuse Ray. Obviously, he might hit himself in Confusion. He might try to switch just to try to get rid of the Confusion, so I'm going to try to predict him to either switch or he might hit himself. So I'm going to go into Mismagius. Obviously, I'm kind of hoping I'd be able to take a Surf from that range because I don't know how much investment he has, but I'm not able to take a Stab Surf. If he would have hit himself in Confusion, I could have gone for the Pain Split, taken all of his HP essentially, and then started firing off with Thunderbolts, which would have been really cool. But I'm going to go into Mesprit now, and I know that the Thunderbolt's probably not going to be a 2-hit KO based on the amount of damage that I ended up doing to Sceptile, but I have to go for it anyway. And I'm just going to go ahead and go for another Thunderbolt. As long as I can get the Milotic below half, then I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. So I'm going to go for another Thunderbolt. He ends up hitting himself in Confusion, which is why Confuse Ray is so cool. And he is going to get I'm going to get the Parahacks on him. It's not going to play that big of a role because I outspeed him anyway. And I'm just going to finish him off with another Thunderbolt. And I don't think there's any point in him switching. I think he just wants a free turn because I feel like he's running such an offensive team. but I'm going to be able to take out the Milotic, and obviously I'm kind of expecting that Primate to come back in. At this point, I can probably expect the U-turn, and I really don't want Torterra to take the U-turn either, because that would be another 100 damage. So I'm going to go into Lorraine, since he did activate my Marvel scale. I know I'm going to take that really, really nicely as well. That doesn't even break 100 on my Milotic, which is really cool, but he got switched into a Blaziken. Obviously, I'm really glad I didn't switch into Torterra there. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead, go for the Surf here. I probably could have gone for the Recover, but just because I had the Toxic damage, I'd rack up another turn of Toxic damage, and I didn't know if he was like a Choice Band set or something like that, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Surf here. That is going to be able to take out the Blaziken, but I'm going to be sitting at about 150 HP as opposed to sitting at 300, obviously, because I did not go for that Recover. Factoring in the next turn of Toxic damage, I probably would have been at about 250. So 250 would have been a pretty good range overall to be in. I might be able to take a close combat from that Primate, but 150, in my mind, I definitely don't think I can. So I'm going to switch out, go into Broccoli, knowing that he can definitely take the close combat no matter what. I think he takes about 130 damage, so based on the amount of life I have now, I know I can take another one. Obviously, I can go for the Synthesis here, just to get myself back up to full. I could just kill him off. He's going to go for a close combat, though, and I'm never going to find out if my plan was going to come to fruition, because he's able to get a critical hit that is going to be able to take me out. I'm going to lose my physical wall. Really, really big blow, because obviously he's running a lot of offensive pokes. But I'm going to go into my Milotic, just to kind of verify in my mind that I can't take the close combat, and so like, was my switch really worth it? That's just kind of what the mind game I was playing. I'm going to let him kill off the Milotic just because I'm at such low health and he's running such a speedy team. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to recover anymore. But I'm going to go into Mesprit now, and I'm going to go ahead and lock myself into Psychic. Obviously, if he had a Dark type, he probably would have brought it out a lot earlier. And I'm really banking on the fact that Psychic should probably be able to hit the last guy on his team, because that's the only guy that I haven't seen yet, and I still got 3 guys. Some of them are kind of offensive, so I'm not too worried, but he switches in an Espeon, and that was the worst thing that I could have seen. Obviously, he's going to resist a Psychic. If he's a Calm Minding set, he could just start Calm Minding up, and then he would threaten the rest of my team. If he's a Choice Scarf set, that's actually not that bad, but he doesn't outspeed me, and I'm staring at his life right now, because I want to see if he's got the Life Orb, maybe he's got an Expert Belt, but I don't see a move. I have to think that he Choice Spec. Really banking on, I'm really hoping that he's packing a Berry or something like that, so I'm going to go into Rhyperior. Obviously, I should be able to take a normal Psychic, but luck will not be had. He is Choice Spec. That kind of verifies it in my mind, and my last guy is Blaziken. And I know that the Vacuum Wave's not going to be able to take him out, but the Espeon does outspeed me, and that's all that I can really do, kind of hope for a crit. But yeah, Choice Spec Espeon for the win, guys. That was a massive comeback. Obviously, that was a 1-0. That was one hell of a game. Definitely go click the like button if you enjoyed that video. Definitely go check out Conndor97. Really, really cool guy. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll catch you guys another time. Bye.